Testing, testing. Good. Hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. I'm back. I'm back, baby. So, hopefully you had a wonderful, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and now New Year's. Wow, so much time. It's been a while since I did one of these, but again, I was sick and everything, and you guys hopefully were with your family and friends or just enjoying the holiday time off. I have a hauls just in case, because sometimes the little stinker of a cough gets to me. And so, hey guys, what is up? Mr. T Love, Ty, Lori, awesome. I see a couple new names, which is great. I love that. Happy New Year to you guys as well. Kimberly, nice to see you. Wow, so many cool people. We're going to be watching another Lucy-Desi comedy hour. We're talking about it. I'll be watching it. Hopefully you guys can put it along with me so you can watch it with me. Or we can just chat. You don't have to put it with me. We usually have good chats. Anyway, this one is the Celebrity Next Door. The one with, what you call it? Tallulah Bankhead. There we go. Wait, is that the right one? Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, I was like, why isn't she in here? Yeah, Tallulah Bankhead as herself. And yeah, we'll go into the stats in a little bit. Yes, you are new. Absolutely. So, how did everyone's New Year go? Did everyone have happy and peaceful New Year? Pretty fun. Merry Christmas. Nice Hanukkah. I don't know. I'm really like savoring a hauls right now. Have I seen the Lucy and Desi a home movie? I've seen some of their home movies. I have. Yep. That's for sure. And welcome, Lori. I'm trying to see your guys' like little icon photos. Hola, Richard. It was cold in Jackson, Mississippi. It was cool here. I'm not gonna say cold because I know you guys on the East Coast are having it rough, right? With these storms and stuff. Like people are getting locked out or locked in. They can't really leave their homes too much, and like big storms, and schools are not in session, stuff like that. Sorry, I'm just putting this away. I'm kind of OCD with like messiness, and I was watching season 5 last night, and I gotta put it away. I didn't put it away. There we go. Okay. I didn't even want to come on today. I was having a kind of rough morning, not gonna lie. But I had lunch, and I don't know. I think the day is going to turn out well. I'm just trying to stay positive as always, and hopefully you guys encourage that, support that. Hopefully you're staying positive no matter what is going on. Kimberly has a question. Did Lucy and Desi ever travel to Cuba after they were married? Do you mean in real life or on the show? Because on the show, they definitely went to Cuba. They went to Cuba once that we know of in season 6. They went on a cruise. Lucy went on a cruise in the Lucy-Desi comedy hour, but that was like a flashback. So yes. So yeah, in Pennsylvania, you guys got slammed by snow. I heard like Jersey, right? Places in New York, depending on what part of New York. Yeah, we had 0 snow. It never snows here, but we're about an hour's drive from snow if we want to go. So yes. Oh, in real life, Kimberly? Yeah, I think they went to Cuba. I mean, I'm going to guess they did. How old am I? I am older than 20 and younger than 35. That doesn't narrow it down too much. That is horrible. I'm 30. What's going on with my... See that? My colors are going out. It's like, it makes me look really pale, but see, okay, that's normal. So I don't know. Sorry about the quality of the picture. It's not me. Like it's like going in and out. Is it because it's? Let me see. It's plugged in all the way. So I don't know. But you guys can hear me, so I don't know. Okay. Lucky me. Yeah. I mean, it's not that bad in terms of the weather. It's one of the best things we have here in Southern California, the weather. No surprise, right? Okay, let's get the episode started because it is it is longer. It's about an hour long. So, the Celebrity Next Door, which is referring to Tallulah Bankhead, and you have to realize that I believe Betty Davis. Yes, Betty Davis was going to be the original actress in the show, but I think she fell. She had an injury. I think she broke her leg. She broke something. Let's just say her leg for now. I could look it up later. But basically, she, like, last minute, and they had to pick a replacement, and Tallulah was a replacement. And there's a lot of stories about what happened, so I'm going to have to make a video on that. But, yeah, absolutely. She was not the original lady. So you have Lil Ricky, Richard Keith, of course, Tallulah Bankhead. Ida Thompson, played by Elvia Allman. The butler is Richard Deacon. So if you guys ever watch the Dick Van Dyke Show, you will notice him. I don't really watch Dick Van Dyke, the show, anymore, although it is pretty good, some of the stuff that I've seen. And the maid, Phyllis Kennedy. Okay, so let's get this started. Celebrity Next Door. Oh, okay, let me read you something about the prop master talking about Tallulah. This is pretty good. So Jerry Miggins, he's the prop master. He said, this is quote, "During a rehearsal for the telephone scene, Tallulah picked up the receiver and did her scene. Then this look came over her face and she said, 'I've been in show business 40 years, and this is the first time a stage phone worked.' This meant that the phone was live. She could actually hear someone on the other end. She thought that was just terrific. Later, for the Southern dinner scene, I had to supply the food. I had no intention of cooking up fried chicken myself, so I bought packages of the frozen fried chicken dinners ever manufactured. I didn't tell anyone. Well, Tallulah raved about the chicken all night. This is the best fried chicken I've ever eaten." So Tallulah didn't get the chicken. This was Jerry Miggins. And I even heard it was KFC, but I'm not sure. He doesn't say that here. Packages of the first frozen, probably not, fried chicken. That's probably a myth because it says first frozen fried chicken dinners, and it's not a frozen thing. But that's pretty cool. And yeah, the phones, there was an issue with Jerry, the agent, and the phones. That's why they're probably working in this episode, especially with a star like Tallulah Bankhead. So yeah, kind of an interesting fact for you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Did you guys happen to see yesterday's episode, which got flagged for being inappropriate? I would say inappropriate because it's either like, I don't even want to say the word sex because like literally YouTube is like censoring everything. But it's like if it's that type of video, if it's inappropriate, if it's controversial, it'll just flag your video. It'll not recommend it. It'll not send it out to people, and the views will stop. And it got that, and it's like now it's back on. But my other video, my Three Stooges one, got flagged. My Three Stooges videos get flagged all the time, and I don't understand why. I have a friend, Tenor, who does gaming videos. He does like airport videos. It's like an airport game, and you build an airport, and his videos get flagged. He's very, very like G-rated what he says every single time. I mean, he was a teacher, for goodness sakes. Like, come on. I don't know. It's not that it's inappropriate, Casey. It's the algorithms that test it, flag it, or it's something in a tag, or someone may like report it, quote unquote, like a false reporting, and then it takes it into consideration and flag it, and then until it gets checked, it's just so dumb. I'm sure you've seen it. I don't know if Casey, because I know you make videos. It's the gold, what is it? Money, the gold dollar sign. Yeah, it turns into that goal, which means you're not making any money off of the ads, and the video is frozen. Not frozen, but your video doesn't get recommended. People don't see it. Like, you see the views going up and up as people are watching, and then it freezes when it gets gold, and it's like, why is it like that? And then when it gets back on, like, all of a sudden it catches up, and it's like, it's just annoying. So, Mr. T, I do have a couple of merch items if you want to take a look. The link is should be in the video. But if not, just go to my main channel page and then click on the banner. It says merch. Ricknineg.com. Oh, there's Tallulah. Hello, darling. I'm not the only one who it's being, I'm being flagged. Like, there was a controversial video of this big YouTuber. I won't even say his name. But it was really controversial because he went to like a suicide point, a place where this stuff actually happens, and there was someone there, a deceased, and he filmed them, and it was like the biggest scandal ever, and YouTube did not like do anything about it. They didn't remove the video till like 6 million views after. And now there's like a fallout, and people are like, hey, I'm making a video about I Love Lucy, and it gets flagged and like all this stuff. And then you have someone like this who's super popular. So it's, yes, you know what I'm talking about. And so that was the big thing. The big popular thing that was going on. Christine, let's see. Did you see your post on Facebook on the new magazine? I didn't. What's it about? Yeah, some of the videos are being flagged. Like, I put up a Slime Rancher video. It's a game where you farm slimes, like, and it got flagged at like 20 views, and then like the next day it got okay again. Like, I don't know. They're like, oh, it's a system, an algorithm. Well, you have to improve your system because it's obviously not doing really well. And then we don't get the benefit of the doubt. We have to like suffer the consequences until YouTube figures it out. Like, we're out everything kind of thing. So it's just weird. Oh, do you mean, Richard, do you mean the Lucy episode? Did I not read that? I'm sorry. Let me go back. Let me see. This was really light on the info. The Lucy-Desi Comedy Hour doesn't give as much stuff as regular I Love Lucy episodes. I don't know why. Yeah, so this was, yeah, great question. So this was around Christmas, right before. So this was a December 3rd, 1957 release. Episode 2. And that's it. Like, that's all it says. It gives you the cast. But it's like Lil Ricky, Tallulah, the butler, and the maid. That's about it. It's really small. I can show it to you. There's not much. It doesn't even say when it was filmed, because the other ones tell you. Yeah, the other ones say when it was filmed versus when it aired and everything. So I don't know. You do get a lot less information on the Lucy-Desi Comedy Hour episodes. Don't know why. Handy dandy episode finder. Yes, you're right, Mr. T. You are exact. Oh, yes, Cheeps. I definitely know what you're talking about. Yes, the new Lucy magazine. I didn't open it up, but I saw the little icon. Yep. You received the I Love Lucy book, yeah, for Christmas, and you have to thank you. Well, good, Casey. I'm glad. It's a great book. Great question, Kimberly. So who decided William would play Fred on I Love Lucy? Well, mostly Desi. Ricky Ricardo, as we know him, he was the one who kind of wrestled with the idea. He met with William Frawley, and he said, we know you have a drinking problem. We don't want it to be a problem for the show. We want people to be able to see you, and want you to act. We want you to be a professional. And he's like, yeah, I won't be drinking, as he's drinking at the diner where they were at, like, during their talk. But he promised that he would do well. And Desi had a really good feeling about him. He talked it over with Lucy. Of course, he made the decision. He was kind of the boss. He ran it through the execs and everything. And they were like, okay, yeah, but he just better do his job. And Desi made it in his contract that if he ever showed up drunk or hungover to any of the tapings, that he would immediately get fired on the spot. And he never did. He always did his job correctly. Steve, you're correct. The first part was offered to Gale Gordon, a Mr. Mooney from the I Love Lucy show, or he played a couple. Mr. Littlefield, he played the judge as well in the Lucy-Desi Comedy Hour. However, he had a commitment with Our Miss Brooks that was filmed literally next door to I Love Lucy. And so that was an issue. Because he was already under contract there. And so it was hard, even though it was literally back to back. He was going to tape here and then go here. It was just too much. And so, yeah, Lucy wanted him first, and he declined. He wanted to, but he just had another commitment. And so they kept looking, and they found Bill Frawley, and in my opinion, he was a better Fred Mertz. I think he made a better Fred Mertz, although we didn't see Gale Gordon. But, I mean, I could have imagined what Gale Gordon would have done. He would have done like a Mr. Mooney type character, and that was fine. I think he's a good Mr. Mooney, but he's not Fred Mertz, There's episodes where Fred is drinking a beer. Oh yeah, and I'm not gonna say if it's real or not. I don't know. I mean, they could fake that. They could fake the look of beer. That's not, an issue. But I can tell you that he was never drunk on set like that. They didn't let him go to that place. Yeah, Steve, you're right. Armis Brooks, the other TV show next door to the original I Love Lucy taping, which I did make a video about, so you should take a look. Oh my god, you're making me sound old, Mr. T. Yeah. Wait, I'm the same age as your dad? Oh no. That's funny. I'm not laughing at your dad or me. I'm just like, I'm obviously not a dad, and that is kind of crazy. Oh, it doesn't bother me. My best friend is a dad of like a 3-year-old. Yeah. Is it true that Bill Frawley never knew what the stories were about for the show? He just learned his lines. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't feel bad for me. I'm fine being 30. Absolutely, Alec. That's a great question. So you guys had a fantastic question. So Bill Frawley literally memorized his lines only. He never knew what the story was about. He would come in, and it was said that often in rehearsals, he would go to Viv or he would go to Lucy and be like, what's the show about this week? And then be like, what, you didn't read? We're like Martians. We're on top of a building. And the Empire State Building. And he's like, I don't know. That's not my scene. He's like, he just didn't know what was going on. He knew his lines and he knew his cues. That's important because let's say Ethel says something to him. He has to know that he's responding to that line. So he would know his before and after cues, obviously. But like, for example, Desi, it was said that he knew everyone's lines. Like, he completely memorized the script. He would even mouth other people's lines. He did that a lot if you watch on the show, if you really pay attention. So that's a great question. You're right. Bill Frawley just knew his lines. He didn't know what was going on. Yep, Steve. Great question. Let's see. You went to a Star Trek convention. You forgot the original series was Desi production. It's true. It was a show that Lucille Ball herself okayed and approved. Because you can say, okay, she knew about the show. She knew that people were like, what's this space thing? Like, no one has anything on TV that's space. Why would anyone watch this? It was something very new, something very risky. But she said she saw promise in it and said, I'm going to prove the show. So pretty much, let me tell you this. I would say Lucille Ball is responsible for Star Trek, which obviously she approved the show. So everything we know about Star Trek and Star Wars, because you have to understand that Star Wars was a product of the popularity of Star Trek. It was a space opera, basically. It was I'm not going to say it was based off of that, but it was inspired by. I mean, that's undeniable. I know, for the first time in many weeks, you can say, hello, Rick, and I can say, hello, Charles. That's why it's great when you guys get into the chat, because I can interact with you guys. Some people watch it afterwards, and they'll think it's live, and I'm sorry about that. The only way you know it's live is if you look at the bottom, there's the red bar, and it'll say live. If you don't see that live, it's not live, okay? Correct, but what's funny is when Star Wars was a hit, that it was what inspired the Star Trek movies. Yeah, I guess you can say back and forth, for sure. And I'm a fan of both. I'm more of a Star Trek lover. I guess they both helped each other out. But I'm always on the Star Wars people. I'm like, listen, Star Trek came first. I give them crap all the time. I'm like, Star Trek came first. And you can even say it was copied. I mean, they're different. It's very different. One is more... Star Trek is very science fiction inspired. We're not even talking about the J.J. Abrams stuff or the Discovery. Don't even get me started about that. We're talking about, Next Generation, Roddenberry stuff. And Star Wars is more of the story. It's more of a force like that. That's weird in Star Trek. There's nothing like that. I mean, yes, there's some religious themes for sure. Let me see. Oh, with the You're liking the magazine? Do I have that? I don't think I have that. I only have that one magazine that's over there that I did do a whole thing at. I did do like a whole tour on it. I do have other books, so I mean, I have material. The thing is, those books I'm going to have to read them, which is not bad, but honestly, guys, my priority right now is flying, and I've canceled so many lessons because I've been sick. I canceled lessons going back to December 26th. Like, it's been a while. I gotta tell my instructor that I'm not like bailing on him or something, because I canceled that and canceled 2 others. I canceled 3 total. It's been a month since I've gone up flying, so it's just been a while, and so I gotta do that. That's my priority. And then that's why it's like when I read material on flying. I don't really read a lot of just like fun Lucy stuff. If you want to see what I do for a living, check out my second channel. Links are in the description. European Motors. I'll give you an idea. There's a whole world of stuff over there. It's a car world. So yeah, so this is a hobby. And there's Tallulah, darling. You know, there was plastic surgery back then, right? In the 50s, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there is. It's not like we imagine now. I don't know how they would do it. Would they like cut stuff? How would that work? Because I knew there was like augmentations and stuff that you can do, but I don't know. I'm not really familiar with how the plastic surgery world worked. I'm not even really sure if I know how it works now, but yeah. Casey, I didn't get anything from you yet. I don't know how long ago did you send it? I do want to know that, because if you did send something, that worries me. Like, whenever someone sends me something, and I've gotten pretty much everything. So, unless you sent it like a few days ago, I would wait. But if you sent it like, if you tell me 3-4 weeks ago, I'd be worried. But yeah, I did not. Then again, I may go tomorrow and see something, but again, I don't know how quickly you sent it. Oh, and there's Fred as the butler, walking like this. Alec, do I plan on going on the LA Auto Show? No, I definitely will not. Most of the reason is because I don't approve that there's like an embargo on certain cars. Like, certain cars will not go there anymore. Oh man, look at Desi's eyes when he sees Fred. There's certain cars that I don't know if they're not allowed or they decide not to go. And honestly, I want to see all the car companies, like the big ones. There's no Ferrari, there's no Maserati, there's no Lamborghini. Those are some of my favorites. And I like to just see it all. You know, it's like going to a car show and be like, yeah, but there won't be these 5 cars. And you're like, what? So, yeah, I don't know, guys and gals. That's why I go to other car shows, like where owners of cars take their cars there. I think that's so much better, in my opinion. Rick, name these objects. Price, iPhone, tan, mention, Lamborghini. What? I'm not understanding what you're saying. Name these objects, like tell you how much they cost? Well, I am doing a lot better. I'd say I'm like 80% good. I still have this weird cough that comes, but it's like so sparing. It's not even happening. I don't even think I coughed once during the live stream. I have thing here, but yeah, it's pretty much not a big deal anymore. I didn't really tell you this. I don't know if you guys want to know, but I don't even know if you could see it on this side. I got a bad, like, I think lymph node here, right? Or lymph nodes when they get enlarged. I had an infection. It was bad. I had like a lump like this. I'm not even exaggerating. I went to the doctor. He gave me 2 of these. Look how many there are on there. This is strong antibiotics. I have 2 bottles. I'm almost done with 1. And I have to take 3 times a day. It's really strong because I had a really bad infection. And so I'm working on that. And I also have, I can show you everything that I got. I got my nasal decongestion, which I'm not using anymore. I don't really have that issue. And then I also had an inhaler because I was coughing so badly. It was just so painful. I get really bad coughs, like when I get sick. But I'm not using that. I'm just using the antibiotics now. Oh, cool. Is that Russian? I'm sorry. I don't know Russian. Oh, appetite has been good. You literally had to force food down I'm so sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you're better. Are you better? My appetite was not affected at all, pretty much. But the thing is, I was sweating at night. I was literally nonstop sweating. Like at one point, it was just like heat. My body was hot. There was no sweat. It was just like I felt like my body was like 400 degrees, and it was just like an oven itself. And then after that, I actually got like wet, like sweats. Obviously, you lose lots of water and you lose weight, because some people were like, "Oh, did you lose weight?" and so forth. Well, of course I did, and I lost a lot of water. I drank a lot of water, but I also lost a lot of water, and you lose water weight, and so I'm a lot better. You love Tallulah Bankhead. Let me see. The Rose Parade, I've never gone to the Rose Parade in my life. To be completely honest with you, Will, I don't find it that interesting. I never really was into parades. None of my family really was. Like, it would always be on, and I'd be like, oh, the Rose Parade. Like, I don't know. I could see how people find it interesting, but it was just never something that I was interested in myself. Like, I guess it's one of those cool things. I'm sure if, like, I'm with someone who really likes it, I'll go, but, like, I never wanted to go myself. I know a lot of people love it and like it, though. What are my plans for this year? Getting my pilot's license, getting all certified, getting all my ratings, and hopefully becoming an instructor, flight instructor, certified flight instructor. I want to still do my car business. I want to still do YouTube. I want to reach 10,000 by the end of the year, 10,000 subscribers. I think we can do it. We're growing. It's only with your guys' help. Spreading my videos, liking, sharing, commenting, that all helps. It's like a little drop in the bucket. Fills the bucket up. Let's see. Kimberly, tell me what Desi and Lucy's son is doing these days. Great question. I know that his wife passed away. His wife passed away from cancer. I don't know how long, but in the 2000s, I think. And that was a big struggle for him, obviously. But I think he's doing a lot with Lucy, just helping promote their parents' name and the museums and stuff. I think he might have done acting like earlier on. He doesn't do that anymore. But yeah, that's about it. Like, I don't think he's as active. He's probably in his retirement age, so it's not like he's actively working. He's more than his 60s, right? 1953? You guys can do the math, yeah, 60 something. Sorry, my nose is really itchy right now. Oh yeah, were there guests that Lucy disliked? Yeah, absolutely. Off the top of my head, I don't know. It wasn't something that she really said a lot. Tallulah Bankhead was a difficult one, though. Yes, let's get me to 10,000. You want to fly when you grow up? How old are you, Mr. T? That's awesome. Donnelly, what do I think about the Logan Paul situation? Well, what do you want me to say about it? Do you want me to say whether I agree with what happened or the fallout? Is it justified? Anything like that? Be more specific and I can maybe help you out with the answer there. Oh, wow. You worked on a float for the Rose Parade when you were in high school. Awesome. Like in LA or in Pasadena? Or was it like, because I think some schools like will send the float, something like that. I don't know how it works. Oh, wow, you're 8. You're awesome. Well, great. Have you seen my flying videos yet? Is that what you watch? Because that's what I'm doing, right? Awesome. Will, yes and yes. She was a user of both of those. I have talked to Lucy Arnaz. If you look at, I think my 17 bloopers or something. It's my most popular video, the one that hit like 600,000 plus views. She was actually the top comment, and then we talked on Facebook. Oh man, Mr. T, you gotta watch those videos. There's 6 videos out. There's gonna be more, but as I take lessons, I film videos. I'm gonna be taking another lesson, hopefully, if everything's good, on Tuesday. Video going up soon, and I'm starting this year to go twice a week. I'm upping it. It's a lot more expensive, but I think we'll be able to do it. I think we'll be able to manage. I want to just finish this private pilot. I want to get through it. so I can continue moving on, so I can get into instrument ratings and so forth. Okay, recent subscriber, Super Saiyan God Blue 1981. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I'm glad you like Lucy. Are you just a Lucy fan? Because I see you have the Saw little icon there. Did you see my Saw review? I have a review on the first Saw movie. I want to do a review on all of them. What do you think? I'm a fan of the whole series. Big fan. Also going to be doing a few more on 007. I saw Goldfinger, and then I also saw From Russia with Love, and hopefully those will go up. I have to record them and put them up. So yes. Yeah, and you guys are asking great questions. You sent the package before Christmas, so that concerns you. It was a homemade gift. Oh man. Oh man, now I'm really wondering, because I really have not gotten any packages recently. I'm gonna have to check back, and you might have to just check with your post office, Casey. I'm gonna do a check, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do this. If you don't hear back from me, then I didn't get it, because I'm gonna check tomorrow at work, and then because that's where I get my packages, or Tuesday. But if not, I did not get anything. Believe me. Because I get my packages immediately, and I just swipe them so they don't get mixed up with the mail. And they're pretty obvious. Usually we get letters, and it's like a big package, you know. So, no, you didn't miss the entire chat, Cynthia. We're pretty good. We're 30 minutes into it, and we still have a while to go. We're watching the Tallulah Bankhead, or talking about the Tallulah Bankhead episode. We're 25 minutes into that episode. So remember, those are about an hour long. So you still have more to do, or to watch. Well, once you have a license, how often does it have to be renewed? Great question. These are great. See, I want to be able to make videos on this too. Just not a lesson, but just answer like a question like that in a video. So let's say I got my private pilots today. Every 2 years, you have to get it renewed, which means you have to go in and do 1 hour of ground with an instructor, and you have to do 1 hour of flying. And that's just to sharpen your skills, or to make sure that you're up to date and qualified. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. You could be 80 years old, or you could be 50, you could be 30. It doesn't matter. This is to keep up your proficiency, especially if you haven't flown. Because some people get their license and then maybe they don't fly 4, 5, 6 months, maybe a year and a half, and then they're like, you got to get back up in the air, because it's a skill. It's you have to keep it up. But since I'm going on a more serious route, I want to be flying a lot more, and so that's a good sign for me. Because if these instructors will know it, they'll be like, okay, I've seen you fly, I've gone with you, I can maybe sign off on the hour kind of thing. But you have to be proficient. So that's a great question. Oh yes, you're a man of many tastes, just like me, right? You've seen that. You bleed jigsaw. That's awesome. Well, I just put that one out, but I should put up more in the future. So stick around. You should see I'm a man of many tastes too, many likes. There's tons of different things on my channel where people are like, how do you have all these things? Well, I like different things. Oh man, yeah. Favorite Saw movie? Oh man, the first one. The first one is just like beautifully made. 2 was great as well. Favorite Apprentice? The only one I haven't seen is the last one, Jigsaw. Okay, that's the only one I haven't seen. The one that just came out in theater this past Halloween. Favorite Apprentice? I mean, Hoffman. Hoffman was pretty good. I know how I could understand how some people don't like him, but I really liked him. Favorite Trap? Ooh. I think it was pretty grotesque when the guy was lying on the bed, Hoffman's one, and it was like slicing through. That was pretty crazy. That was insane to me. Okay. Let me go back a little bit. Did you see Saw? I never saw Saw. Maybe if I can see Saw, I can say I saw Saw. Oh, that's good. You should watch it, though. It's a little bloody, but I think it's really good. The first one's awesome. The other ones are good, too, but I think the first one is amazing. You're really liking the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. What are your thoughts on that? Oh, my gosh. Alec, I have driven. You should see. I don't know if you've seen it. I've driven the Aventador, the Lamborghini Aventador. It was amazing. My original goal was to drive the Huracan, and it wasn't available, but I was able to drive the Aventador, and I don't regret it. That car is amazing. The Performante, Huracan Performante is one that I would love to own. But if I was given a choice, I think I'd go the Aventador. The Aventador was like anything beyond what I've ever driven, and I've driven Ferraris. I mean, I haven't driven everything, but I've driven Bentleys, Rolls Royces, no Aston Martins yet. Well, I moved it, not on the road, let's just say. I moved it back and forth because I do that for work. BMWs, M cars, AMGs, no, that Aventador was like ridiculous. So I'm with you on that car. Oh, thank you. Hopefully all of your guys' dreams come true. Okay, let me know. My post office told me when I dropped it off that it could take a little longer to get to because of the wildfires. Really? Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a while now. I have not met Desi Jr. in person. Have you heard the story of Chico and Tula? Yes, I would rather have not heard it. But it is, yes, they were involved somehow, and it wasn't. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I don't even want to get to that. They had a relationship, some type of relationship. John, how are you? Oh, well, she got in contact with me. For the most part, she commented on my video, and then on Facebook, we connected on Facebook, and we messaged back and forth. She's a very sweet lady from our conversation, and she was very nice, and she enjoyed the videos that I did, and that was just really, really cool. I also have a channel called Toomey's World. It's about being autistic. Wow, very interesting. Very, very, very cool. So you make videos on that topic only, basically? That's really cool. Other creators, Domily says, get demonetized the moment they drop a video, while Logan Paul's... Yes. Yeah, I would say the algorithm, there's stuff going on behind the scenes. There has to be, because there's some channels that are targeted more than others, and some channels are not touched, and only when there's backlash, and then yeah, it's hard. But then I know big YouTubers have also gotten hit as well, but then they'll do backlash and then it's magically fixed. You know, it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but it's difficult. Favorite color, red and blue. I used to love blue. Now I'm like black. Why am I into black? I don't know. I'm not really wearing black right now. But I started to get into black now. Not like goth, just like black. Like I like black. Yeah, the Huracan to me is amazing. V10 sounds crazy. Shifts are really fast. I told myself I'm going to own a Huracan one day or an Aventador. Like, the Aventador to me will surpass the Huracan. Even though the Huracan's super cool, it's very agile compared to the Aventador. The Aventador is very big and like truckish, and it's just like a monster. But the Huracan is pretty amazing. Okay, let's see here. Which part of the episode are we on? So right now, Tallulah is going over the play with Lucy and Ricky, and Ethel's coming in. But this is the tame part. This is not the part where Lucy starts to sabotage the whole thing. It's pretty cool. I always like the extension of this. Like, the first topic, they were really nice, and they were at her place, and they were doing all these cool things, and then all of a sudden, they start sabotaging her and stuff, and I think that was pretty cool, too. So, John, my mailing address should be linked in the description, or it should be written in the description. Let me know if you find it. But yeah, just go to the description. It should be out there. It should be mailing address. Go, just look all the way down. It's there somewhere. I don't know exactly what order it is, but it's there. Is this a bad question? No, it's not a bad question. You guys can ask me. I mean, I choose what I answer, right? But pretty much I'll answer most of your questions. What's my favorite Christmas movie? I got it right here. I got it for this year, right here. Both of these right here. Oh, I think these are some of the greatest. Vacation, I could understand, but to me, Vacation, you know, like the National Lampoon, to me is more like a, like before my generation, because it was more like 70s, 80s. To me, this surpassed it. Like, that was a little, like, vulgar. Like, it got kind of strong. Like, I was too young to watch it, and by the time I watched it in high school, it was like I had already watched this. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this is really good. Also, I don't know. People might not agree, but I don't really care. I really love this movie. Jingle All the Way. I'm a big Arnold fan. Like, big Arnold fan, like huge. And I think Jingle All the Way is amazing. It has Sinbad in it. I think it's hilarious. They made their own character. Like Kindergarten Cop, I love that movie. I love anything Arnold. You made a channel. Very, very cool. That's awesome. I can't right now because I'm doing the live stream, but that is great. Maybe not this year in Inventor, but eventually, before like I die, I will. I'm gonna work for it. You like the colors royal blue. Oh, and the Lucy-Desi comedy hour, were they able to do stuff that they did not get into I Love Lucy? Well, yes, that's a great question, Cynthia. That's one of the reasons why Desi was really big into making hour-long episodes, because he wanted to do things that he couldn't do. He wanted to get stars in every episode. He wanted to do like filming outside, which he really did in the uranium episodes. They did in the episodes with Fernando Lamas. Lorenzo's his son. Of course, I'm sure you know Fernando Lamas, right, Cynthia? Being Argentinian. I think that's pretty cool. Yes, Charles, she was very difficult. Yes, she was. And it worked, but he said it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. What's my favorite I Love Lucy episode? Great question. I get to ask this a lot. And the funny thing is, I think as I get older, is like I may watch more of these videos. They may switch. If we're talking about the half-an-hour episodes, I love home movies. That wasn't my original favorite episode. I think my original favorite episode probably was Vita Benjamin or the job switching. It was very cliche. Like that's what I like. But then I started watching more. Then I appreciated the others as well. And so, I don't know. Pretty interesting. You know, that's funny that you say that, Domily, about going to school with Sinbad's daughter. I feel like I've met her or something. Where'd you go to school? Because, like, was she nice? I feel like she had, like, little curls. Like, it's weird. I don't know why it's like a deja vu thing where I feel like I've known her. Oh, there, Desi gets sprayed in the face with the paint. I feel like I do too. I don't know. But yeah, that's really cool. The one scene where Lucy gets trapped with the cigarette smoke in the night suit. Was that all real? Well, it's... What do you mean? When she was trapped in there? Or when the smoke was in there? Like, what do you mean? The smoke? Was the smoke real? What's your question exactly? I want to get it correct. So, Kimberly, great question. Was Lucy buried in California or Jamestown? So, that's a big question that people often get wrong. Because she was actually originally buried here in LA, in Hollywood. However, then she was moved in 2001, I believe, to Jamestown. So now she's in Jamestown. I did not get to visit her grave, unfortunately, because I was just too young. I was barely in high school. I was like in 8th grade. And so I was still too young to like go on my own and visit it. But yeah. Yeah. Ooh, podcasts. Those are fun. You love the way Desi got to talk to someone else in Spanish. Well, yeah, he was great when he used to speak in Spanish. I think that was great when he was talking to Fernando Lamas. That's why I like that episode a lot, too, because there's a lot of the Spanish and some people won't get it. You know, we will. But, yeah. Isn't it strange that in this episode, the Ricardos act like they never acted before, even though Ricky was a professional entertainer himself? And Lucy, yeah, I'm with you, Will, on that. Like, there's a little bit of weirdness with that and the acting. Even in the last episode, to me, like, the fact that Ricky made the movie, like, in the show, and then the fact that he, like, lost his popularity, I didn't really get that concept. It's like by the end of the series, by the last episode, it was like he was a wash and no one wanted him because he was old. Like, that was weird to me. I thought they would end up more of a high note. That's one of the other reasons why I don't like that episode too much. Because it's the last one, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Twins? I don't think I've seen Twins. That was one that I didn't see. Again, my age kind of messes up what movies I watch and didn't watch, because when a lot of these came out, my parents would see them and I would see it with them, but I was like really young, and then I would never see them again, or I would see the newer ones and I would get backlogged. And so some movies I've been backlogged, like, believe it or not, I've never seen Predator. That's one of the best Arnold movies ever, but I've seen a lot of his other stuff. I've seen Collateral Damage, I've seen The Terminators, of course. I just recently saw Running Man, was it? No, wait, the one where he gets on Mars. I saw it once though. The one that they remade with Colin Farrell. I can operate the green screen. I just don't want to do it right now because I don't want. One of the reasons why I don't use it here and put anything is because of copyright stuff. I might even get copyrighted because of what I put back there. So. Strange storyline, but it was to show Tula was a great actress for his inexperienced neighbors. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Oh, you're lucky, Charles, that you went. Found your niche on your own. Isn't that fun? That's what happened when I found Mo Howard. Like, I knew, but it was hard. It took me a while to find. And finally when I did, it was really gratifying because it was like, it was a moment. I was there with him. It was actually kind of emotional because it was like I was looking for him and it was just me and all those individuals. It was really crazy. Was the cigarette smoke real? In that scene, I don't know. I have to take a look at the scene, but pretty much when they're smoking, when they're actually smoking, they have the cigarette, that's all real smoke. Yeah, they all really did smoke. I usually use the green screen in other type of videos. Not this one, because this is live, and so there is a way to make it green screen live, but for now, this serves my purposes. Just to have the focus on myself and what we're talking about instead of the background. So, are Lucy's parents buried in Jamestown too? Great question. I'm not sure. I don't really follow. I know Dee Dee's the mom. Oh, there we go. Casey knows. Her family was buried in Jamestown, including her brother. Wasn't her brother Fred as well? Fred Ball, I think. Casey, you can correct me on that. Yes, great observation there. Also with James Kern, I think it is, or James Kearns. He also played Mr. Wilson, didn't he? You found Curly's grave on your own. That's awesome. That's one I need to go to. I think that was a little more challenging because it's in a different area of LA and it's a Jewish cemetery, more like Mo's, but I don't think it's as well off as a cemetery. And so, yes. I heard that Shemp was buried at Home of Peace while I was there in 85. Probably. He was moved, though. Now everybody knows. Yeah, everyone probably knows where his site was. But then, I believe Larry and Shemp are very close to each other. That was something I gotta go check out because I'm excited about that. No, unfortunately you can't because technically I don't own anything of Lucy. Here's the thing, all the DVDs, anything, like if I have any photos or anything, they're technically not yours. They're copyrighted. And so, YouTube is really big into copywriting video. They don't want video to be hit or video to be promoted, even if it's very short. They're really big on that. However, photos, it's really hard to copyright a video of a photo, if that makes sense. Or if like I put a photo, like if I do this, if I do something like that, right? Because I can move it around and the algorithm kind of has trouble. Like if I do that, you know, that can mess up the algorithm and stuff. But then what I did, at one point, I had the episode showing like up here so you guys can see it. Problem with that was it was a static shot, and before YouTube couldn't detect video if it was small, but then they updated it so they could, and I even flipped the video and that didn't even work. And so I just couldn't use any more video. And so the systems are getting smarter, and there's going to be a point, I don't know if they're just going to allow this copyright material to be used with a disclaimer, or they're just not going to allow it. I don't know which way it's going to go. Hopefully it gets easier, but yeah. So it doesn't help you. If I put an episode of I Love Lucy and I put that disclaimer, it won't do anything. I'll still get flagged. The video will get removed. So no, like there are other shows where there's cigarette smoke that's used. But you have to remember the 50s, it was very common. It was part of the culture. It was a cool thing to do. It wasn't seen as bad. It wasn't seen as unhealthy or anything like that. It's kind of like cell phones. Cell phones are not great for you to hold your head. I try not to do that. They've been shown to possibly cause tumors, so be careful. I'm not a doctor saying that, but they say there may be a link. And so I don't want to take that chance. And so I use wireless headset. Not wireless, not Bluetooth. I use the wired ones. The appointments for the one-on-one phone calls, remember, I've been out for the count for almost middle of December. So I still have to call the people from the giveaway. I haven't forgot about that. I have to do that. And so I don't know. I still have to catch up on that. And yeah, if you guys want to do a one-on-one calls, I'm available now for that. The one-on-one phone calls. Links in the description, explains it there. If you need any more clarification, I could totally do that. Is the building where the Brown Derby was located still there in Hollywood? So the Brown Derby is no longer there. It's not, there's no hat building anymore. Four main Stooges of Simon Boniface soon. Oh, very cool. I'm glad that you go, Charles, and you take a look at these important, places. Very, very, very cool. I think I want to make videos, but I gotta feel better. I definitely gotta feel better to be able to do that. Man, if I was invisible for 96 hours, that's a really, really specific frame of time. What would I do? I don't know. I would go to places where people can't go. Like, I would go to, like, Disneyland, like, alone. Like, just, like, with no one there. It'd kind of be a little spooky, I guess. But, like, I'd go to places where I shouldn't go. Like, in Air Force Base, I'd go to Area 51. Like, I'd just sneak in there and see what's there. And, I would go to all these places where I couldn't go. I would jump on a plane, head somewhere. That would be really cool. I don't know. There's so many things I could do. Do you have a favorite character? I mean, I love all of them. Okay, don't get me wrong, but I have a soft spot for Fred in case you don't notice. I think he's kind of, in my opinion, he's the forgotten. Because look, I love Lucy. It's her show, right? And there's no arguments about that. And Desi, Ricky's her husband. And so it's like Ricky and Lucy. Ricky, and even he plays second part. Then you have the supporting cast of Ethel and Fred. Now, I feel that Ethel and Lucy are like, they're just like bosom buddies. They're best friends. Like sometimes Ethel and Lucy are closer than Ricky and Lucy. And then that just leaves Fred, of course. And with Fred, I just think he's hilarious, but he's not given enough airtime like as I knew, as I knew before. So, yeah, I don't know. I love Fred. Take my time and do not rush. It's a very, very good point. Yeah, so they usually didn't restore the episode parts that had to do with like sponsors and advertising and things like that because they were not shown anymore. So they're only going to spend money. It takes time to digitally restore. So they're only going to spend money on portions of a video that they're going to play. So if they're not going to play the Philip Morris one, they're not going to spend money to digitize it. Does that make sense? So yes. Yes, the Pendulum X. The car trap in 7 with Chester. Chester from Linkin Park. Oh, I miss Chester so much. He's amazing. Which giveaway are you talking about, Alec? Yes, so after they closed the Derby, they demolished it. The vacant lot was turned into one rodeo shop. Yeah, everything is just trampled upon here when they destroy it. It's all about money and getting real estate up that they can make money on. So the Brown Derby was like useless for them, and so they could make a lot more money with apartments or shopping center. Well, yeah, so this looks artificial for sure. It doesn't look like it's cigarette smoke. It looks a lot thicker, and so she probably, it couldn't even been a stunt double that had some type of just like puffing or smoke machine right in there. Yeah, agreed. Fred had some of the best lines of the show. Very underrated. Of course, it wasn't his show, so he was like, yeah, he's funny, but, Lucy. That's everyone's attitude. But I think, like I know someone who watches my videos whose favorite Stooge is Larry. And I was like, why? He's like, well, he's like the unsung hero. He's behind the scenes. He's like the glue that holds everyone together. Mo was like the leader. And then Curly's like the dumb one. And so they're like opposites. But then Larry's the one that's like in between. He's like the interpreter kind of thing. And I was like, that's interesting. And so, I don't know. Fred, I think, is like the fourth one. He completes everything, although he's super funny and so forth. You love Ethel. Why was Fred so mean to Ethel and calling her names? You did not like that about Fred. Well, how about Ethel calling Fred names? Cynthia, remember that? She did that as well. They both bickered. You have to agree that both of them bickered with each other a lot. So, Blue 1981 or Blue 81. I do content on the Three Stooges. Check out my channel. I have over 30 videos on Three Stooges, and I'm going through every short, pretty much. And Laurel and Hardy could be something in the future. Saw is not as gory as you may think. There's a lot of blood, but it's one of those things where it's like less is more. You're shown less, and it's painful kind of thing. So yeah, so I haven't seen Hostel, but I think Blue 81 is probably more versed in the horror genre. I'm not a big horror genre fan, except for like the Saw stuff. I don't know why. You have a hard time picking favorites. They each were so talented in their own right. I'm with you, Karen. Like they're each talented. I think Ethel was great, but I always think of Ethel as like a supporting individual. Like even when I watch her and Lucy in the Lucy show, like there's something missing to me, and that's why I love all of them together. Oh yeah, she calls him fatso. She calls him all this crazy stuff. Shemp made more shorts than Curly, but you think Curly endures because he's likable and sympathetic. Every time Mo hits him, you want Curly to hit him back. Oh, that is funny. Yes, I would say that is true. No, so I didn't announce the giveaway for the phone calls. You know, this is harder than I thought because I had some people respond and other people didn't respond to me. Like, I responded, hey, get back to me, and wanted to see if they would qualify, and some people didn't respond. And so I have responded to some, and so basically when I have made the calls, that's how they're going to know they won. I'm not going to say you won because some people haven't responded. And so I'm going to have to figure out another way to do that if I do that in the future because it got more complicated. Plus, I was sick. It's all this stuff, But I'll get it figured out. So thank you for your patience. So Lucy and her house going for sale. They found a bunch of henna rinse boxes? Really? Rick, if you don't own your own plane, how do you arrange to fly as much as you would like? Just curious. Oh, great question. Well, so what I do is the school, I go to a flight school, and they have 4 planes available. And you can use your own plane. Like, I could buy a plane and just use that and have my instructor fly with me. But to me, it doesn't make sense yet, like, to buy a plane. It's expensive, between $70,000 and $100,000 to buy the planes that I fly in. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's still not something I have lying around the bank. It's about 70 grand is about how much it costs to get all of your licenses all the way up to pretty much commercial airline pilot, like all the training, all the hours, thousands of hours. And so it is going to take some time. But yeah, I use their planes basically for now until I get one or until I'm an instructor. If I get to that point and start to use, the school's planes. So yeah, great question. So yeah, guys and gals, thank you. I think we're going to end the episode here because the episode has ended. It's a great one, very funny one. We're almost at an hour. So thank you so much for joining me, guys and gals. If you did miss it, if you did miss any part of this live stream, just hold on. It'll automatically log on or it'll be on YouTube. That's what I meant to say. It'll be on YouTube very soon. You can watch it again, about an hour of it. We'll see you next time, guys and gals, and let me know what you think. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Visit my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. Links are all in the description. My mailing address, one-on-one chat. We can definitely get those going. Just let me know. Have a great week. If you're sick, feel better. And don't forget, guys and gals, be hopeful.